Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we'll take a closer look at the 1975 Australian 10-cent coin, a small yet historically rich piece of Australia's decimal currency system. At first glance, it might just seem like an ordinary coin from the 1970s, but when we dive deeper, we find that it carries a fascinating story. It reflects Australia's transition into modern decimal coinage, showcases one of the country's most iconic designs, and connects us to a moment in history that still feels very close today. Background and history. Australia introduced decimal currency in 1966, replacing the old pounds, shillings, and pence system with a simpler structure based on dollars and cents. The 10-cent coin was one of the original denominations, replacing the old florin in value, though smaller in size. By 1975, less than a decade after decimalization, these coins had firmly established themselves as an essential part of everyday life. Whether it was used for buying groceries, catching public transport, or feeding into vending machines, the 10-cent coin played a big role in the daily commerce of Australians throughout the 1970s. Obverse design. Queen Elizabeth II. On the obverse, or front, of the 1975 10-cent coin is the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. At this time, the effigy in use was created by Arnold Machin, a British sculptor whose design appeared on Australian coins from 1966 to 1984. The portrait shows the Queen facing right, wearing the royal tiara. It is a more youthful depiction of Elizabeth II, reflecting her role not only as the monarch of the United Kingdom but also as the head of the Commonwealth. Surrounding the portrait are the inscriptions Elizabeth II and Australia 1975. This design reminds us of Australia's historical and political ties to the Crown, which were still very strong in the 1970s. Reverse design. The lyrebird. Turning the coin over, the reverse features one of Australia's most unique and iconic animals, the superb lyrebird. This design was created by Stuart Devlin, the official goldsmith to the Queen and the artist behind many of Australia's decimal coin designs. The lyrebird is famous for its extravagant tail feathers and its incredible ability to mimic sounds from its environment. On the coin, the bird is shown with its tail elegantly fanned out, curving around the denomination 10. This design is both artistic and symbolic, representing Australia's rich natural heritage. Over the decades, the lyrebird coin has become one of the most recognizable and beloved circulating coins in the country. Specifications. The 1975 Australian 10-cent coin was struck in cupronickel, a durable alloy of 75% copper and 25% nickel. It weighs 5.65 grams, has a diameter of 23.60 millimeters, and a thickness of about 2 millimeters. The coin features a reeded edge, which not only gives it a textured feel but also helps deter counterfeiting. These specifications have remained unchanged for the 10-cent coin since 1966, creating a sense of stability and continuity in Australia's decimal currency system. Circulation and use. The 1970s were a time of growth and change in Australia, and the 10-cent coin was right there in the middle of daily life. Millions of these coins were minted in 1975, meaning they were widely available across the country. Australians would have used them constantly, from paying bus fares to buying snacks. Unlike some of the higher denominations, which were often saved or hoarded, the 10-cent coin was truly a workhorse of the currency system. Over the years, many of the 1975 coins became worn from heavy circulation, making higher-grade examples harder to find today. Collectibility and value. When it comes to collecting, the 1975 10-cent coin is considered a common issue, since it was struck in large numbers. Circulated examples are typically worth only their face value. However, the story changes when we look at coins in uncirculated condition. Collectors value well-preserved pieces with sharp details and original mint luster, and coins from official mint or proof sets are even more desirable. While it is not a rare coin, it is an essential piece for anyone building a complete collection of Australian decimal coinage, especially for those who enjoy putting together year-by-year sets. Closing thoughts. The 1975 Australian 10-cent coin may be small in size, but it carries a big story. From its iconic lyrebird design to its youthful portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, it represents both Australia's natural beauty and its Commonwealth ties. For everyday Australians in the 1970s, it was an essential part of daily transactions, and for collectors today, it is a piece of history that connects us to that era. So, the next time you come across a 1975 10-cent coin, don't just think of it as a small piece of change. Think of it as a snapshot of Australia's heritage, a reminder of a time when decimal currency was still relatively new, and when the lyrebird first took flight as one of the country's most enduring coin designs. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Do you have the 1975 10-cent coin in your collection? I'd love to hear your stories. Until next time, happy collecting!